So the workflow in Pabbly Connect is like this, very simple. The trigger is the webhook. Then we get the current date, and with this we generate an image, and then we call SystemeIO API in order to set the custom field of the contact to the URL of the new image that we have generated. So in details, capture webhook, there's nothing special to say. It gives us a URL that we put in the SystemeIO workflow. So what do we get in the webhook? We get the contact ID and contact first name and family name, the last name, surname, and also the email address. But we are going to use for this only the contact ID and first name and surname. So where do we use it? First, in this action, we get the current date. So for the current date, it's just a free action in Pabbly. And we say the format, so it's the European format with days, months, and year. Okay, then once we have those information, we can start creating the image with a switchboard. So in switchboard, I created a template. The template name is certificate. I set the size, the format PNG, and in one of the placeholders for the name, I put the first name and the surname that we got from the trigger, the webhook. And in the date placeholder, I put the date. And that's it, because the rest of the template in switchboard is already made for this purpose. But we could change the name of the signature of the certificate or the text. It's like the reason for this certificate. We could change the logo image. So this template could be used for several courses, several companies. So once we do that, we receive here, I'll show you, we receive the URL of the image that has been generated. So with this information, we will use the API of SystemeIO in order to set the custom field of the contact. So the contact ID, we have it in the webhook. So for this contact, we will change the custom field number 10 and we will put the URL of the file. So here you set the header. So to use the API, you can do it like this, or you can use the Pabbly action that they've made, which is a replicate of the API. Personally, I use it like this with directly. And so you put the API number that you generate in SystemeIO, content type, and in the value of the fields, here you see slug 10. That's the name of my custom field, 10. And the value, I put the URL of the image. And it's finished, so it's done for the Pabbly Connect workflow. The rest happens in SystemeIO. So as you see here, we are in the workflow of SystemeIO. The trigger here is the course is completed. So here you can choose which course is completed to trigger this workflow. First things I do, this action is not mandatory. It's just I send myself an email to say automation has been triggered. So in this email, I'm just alerted that a new student has completed the course. And then I call the Pabbly Connect workflow that we have seen before. And this workflow will do all the work, that is to create an image for the certificate, and will update the contact custom field number 10 with the URL of the image that has been generated. So that's the work done by this workflow. And we wait 1 minute, because usually this workflow takes about 10 seconds maybe to run. So we wait 1 minute, and then we send an email. And this email, we will look at it. It's a standard email like this. Congratulations, first name and surname. Here we use the personalization substitute. So congratulations, I'm proud to present you this certificate. And here we have an image. But as you see, we cannot see the image in the editor because it's, the image URL is the substitute 10, which is the custom field of the contact. So in the editor, we see nothing, but for each contact, it will take the value of the custom field 10, which will have the URL of the image. that we have generated. So that's this email which is sent to all students that have completed the course. And everything happens around 5 minutes after they completed the course. All this takes about 5 minutes until they receive an email with their certificate as an image. And that's it for this tutorial. Bye bye. So let's start the process. I have a test email here. I go to the quiz page. So I put the test email. I put Elon Musk as my name, first name and last name. I click to sign up to the course. Then they tell me to go inbox to check for the details, to log in. So here I have my link to create an account to check the course. Need to create a password. Okay. So I get access to the course. I open it, and each lecture I mark as complete. So that's it. So in this case, of course, you have only one module and 2 lectures, and you have your progression bar here, 100%. So now I have completed the course. So in the background, I should receive my certificate. So it's all automated, of course. Here you see in my inbox, I will receive the certificate as an image. So what happens in the background? You have a SystemeIO. I've noticed that I completed the course, so it calls Pabbly Connect. And Pabbly Connect does the automation that we have seen. So it creates the image and it updates a field, the custom field in the contact of SystemeIO, so me. And with this field, it can display the image. The field has the URL of the image that has been generated. And SystemeIO sends an email to say, I have completed the course, and with an image. And the URL takes it from the custom field of this contact profile. So this should happen in about 2 to 5 minutes following your completion of the course. There are some delays. For instance, to create the image, it takes a few seconds. But first, for SystemeIO to notice that you have completed the course, it does not do it at the very second. And then in the workflow of SystemeIO, I have put a delay of 1 minute just to make sure that everything in Pabbly Connect has been processed timely. So creating the image, maybe it takes a few seconds. Then using the SystemeIO API to update the custom field should take 1 second or something. And then the workflow in SystemeIO waits for 1 minute and sends the email. So for sending the email also, it's not instant. Everything has some delays inside. So it depends on SystemeIO and maybe the queue, because it's, you know how it works. You have queues for everything. Even for Pabbly Connect, I'm sure there are some queues. You cannot process things as they come. You put them in a queue, and you process the queue every few seconds. You process one email, and you do like this. So every time there is something to do, you put it in the queue, and you process the queue all the time. If the queue is empty, then fine, you don't do anything. But if there are elements in the queue, you process them one by one. And if you get too many things to do, and the queue gets longer and longer, and you cannot process it, you don't have enough resources, then you increase the resources, and maybe you reduce the delay. That's how it works usually, to make a system scalable. Yes. So here we have received the email with your certificate of achievement. Of course, the email doesn't display the pictures. It depends on the settings. So when you show the pictures, you have here, congratulations, Elon Musk. I'm proud to present you the certificate. And you have the certificate based on the switchboard template with the name, Elon Musk, the date where it has been generated, and the rest is the signature of the authority, which gives the certificate, the logo on top left, and that's it. So, you know, I don't know how long it took, maybe 5 minutes maximum. After completion, you get your certificate by email.